Hi, I'm Kamali, taking you through some of the things people are talking about and some of the stuff they're sharing around the world on Newsfeed today. The continual fight police and tech companies engage in when dealing with graphic images of children on the internet. The Afghan who defied the Taliban twice. The lengths some children need to go to get clean water for their families. And the Indian Banksy creating his own subversive art. And at the top of our newsfeed, the internet. It's full of explicit images, and sadly, there is a huge and unseen world where images and videos of children are made and shared. Recent arrests in a number of cities have revealed how far behind the criminals, the police forces, and much of the tech companies are, and how much more they need to do. Here's Adama.
This is the moment German police uncovered an illegal internet operation in a disused bunker. Inside, a heavily secured data processing center, allegedly used in thousands of offenses.
Neben einem Steuerdelikt besteht gegen die 7 Hauptverdächtigen.
Besides a tax offence, the 7 accused are suspected of membership in a criminal organisation, as well as being accessories to hundreds of thousands of offences involving drugs, counterfeit money, forged documents, data handling, and the distribution of child pornography.
7 people were arrested in the raid last week. Just days before, Spanish National Police arrested a 28-year-old student. He is said to have instructed foreign paedophiles on what they should do to avoid police attention when exchanging child pornography. According to police, the student also sent a huge volume of child pornography through instant messaging and social networking apps. The 2 police operations reveal how sophisticated these kind of criminals have become and how they are using technology to hide their crimes. A New York Times investigation has shown tech companies reported over 45 million images and videos of children being abused last year. That is more than double what they found the previous year. According to the reporting, offenders are sharing images of younger victims and are culpable of more heinous crimes. Earlier this month, police in Georgia arrested 11 people after an international operation against a child trafficking ring that exploited girls as young as 8. Among those arrested were the parents who were paid between $170 to $1,000 for photos of the girls. Despite the arrests, the New York Times report police are struggling to keep up. In the US, some police departments are focusing their efforts in imagery depicting the youngest victims, as young as a 3-year-old. There is no doubt that the internet, smartphone cameras, social media, and cloud storage have made these crimes easier to commit. In 1998, there were 3,000 reports of child sexual abuse imagery. In 2014, that number surpassed 1 million for the first time. And in 2019, there were 18.4 million incidents reported. Facebook Messenger was used for nearly 2/3 of the incidents reported in 2018. Encrypting the app to ensure privacy also left it open to abuse. Now, tech companies and police forces are having to work even more closely to try and stop these crimes being committed.
Okay, let's take a look at some of the other things that caught our eye on social media. Well, this is whatever this is. It's the catwalk of the decade. It's gone viral on many people's timelines today. It's a model called Leon Dame and his performance at Paris Fashion Week. Of course, it's now a meme with many adding their own "This is me when" contributions. Kanye West was meant to release his new album this weekend. It has not arrived despite an Instagram story from his wife saying it'd be out on Sunday. Well, Kanye was actually at church on Sunday doing this, a freestyle that was panned by many online. It's left lots of people wondering if his album will be of a similar quality. He live streamed the performance and there was a button on the live stream which allowed people to buy his merchandise.
Christmas in the house. I never seen nobody do like this in the house.
And this video of what appears to be a bag lady singing opera on the LA subway has been spreading throughout the internet. It was released by the official LAPD Twitter account, which is weird, and it was filmed by a police officer, which is also strange. Well, these men that you're seeing are all called Nigel, which is a very British name and conjures up, well, a Nigel. So a man called Nigel Smith, who runs a pub in Evesham in England, put on an event to celebrate Nigelness. 432 of them turned up to Nigel Night, including an MP. Well, the Afghan elections are being held, and despite the very real threat of violence, people are still being brave and taking part.
دا بطرانه جناب وجی وکیل صاحب دغه کې غوڅه شوې ده تیر انتخاباتو کې باورای می ورکړې و غنی بابا لا او اوس به لاړم غنی بابا لا مې راي ورکړه چې د عمل جوړ کی چې دا جوړ نه کی بل څوک نشي جوړولای او ان شاء الله چې دا به جوړای.
And next to India for the story of some children who have to take risks and miss school to collect water for their family.
This is the journey of Indian children who have to fetch clean water for their families. They ride a train for 14 kilometers from their village every day to collect water from railway taps, while their classmates go off to play after school. Their families are some of the poorest in Mukundwadi, a village that has suffered back-to-back droughts. As the residents are daily wage laborers with long shifts, it is the children's task to find water. Not only do they face drought and poverty, they also encounter annoyed passengers, and police frequently kick them off the trains. A water tanker costs up to 3,000 Indian rupees. the equivalent of $41.70 during the summer, which is unaffordable for most of the people in the area. About 163 million Indians do not have access to clean water near their homes.
And we spin around the world now for some other stories you need to know this Monday. Thailand's Prime Minister has suggested relocating the country's capital. Bangkok is at risk of sea level rising, it's polluted, it's overcrowded, and the offices of state are in the centre. The PM says he's considering developing a new administrative centre. Indonesia recently suggested they would move their capital too for the same reasons. This is the promotional event for the SpaceX Starship, Elon Musk's latest toy, a reusable space vehicle which can carry people and supplies like a modern-day space shuttle. Except this one is the private plaything of Musk rather than belonging to the American government through NASA. Musk aims to have this thing in space in 6 months' time. It's 50 meters tall and can carry a payload of 150 tons. Well, this video went crazy viral last week. Footage of a car driving through a mall in the United States. The guy driving has been charged with terrorism. His name is Javier Garcia, and he's charged with terrorism because of the way terrorism is described by the state of Illinois where this happened. It's defined as an act which causes substantial damage to a building containing 5 or more businesses. Shamima Begum left London to go to Syria in 2015 because she wanted to join Daesh. She married a Daesh terrorist and had 3 children who all died. Now that Daesh have been beaten back, she wants to go back to London. The UK government says she will never be allowed back into the country. And some cinemas in America are banning people from wearing masks, costumes or face paint to go and see the new Joker movie. The film has already been critiqued for its depictions of violence, and families of people killed in a mass shooting said they were concerned about it. And to India now, where an artist is using the subversive stencil style of the UK's Banksy to make his own uniquely Indian political points. And he takes his name from a character in the film Fight Club. This is the work of Tyler.
Instead of telling us what is right or what is wrong, they're trying to convince us that the ruling government, or in this case Modi, is like the father figure of the nation, and whatever he does, whatever he touches turns to gold, which is not the fact. If the ruling party's IT cell wants to track me down, it could be a big problem for me. But then I don't want to sit in fear, waiting for them to come and hunt me down, or in any way for them to stop me from producing more work. I don't really feel that there is a requirement for a Hindu nation. India is a great country. We have so many religions. We have so many languages spoken here. I mean, the country is great the way it is right now, and not by forcing your religious opinion on someone else. I've painted a Gandhi spray painting, Give Me Freedom, which was not entirely but loosely based on Kashmir issues. The very complicated issues with Kashmir, with POK, with India. People of Kashmir are not entirely happy with the move, and maybe if something comes up my mind, I'm surely going to go out and paint it in the city.
And that will be all from the Newsfeed team. Do reach out to me with your questions, comments, complaints and suggestions. You'll find me at Kamali Melbourne. You'll find us 24/7 on YouTube. You can subscribe to our channel and you can follow me on Twitter. Follow, subscribe and add, and I will see you again tomorrow.